YouTube, welcome to Bama's Very Own Speaks. I am Bama's Very Own, back again with an ever so important video for the people, for the culture. Before I get into the topic, I just want to give a shout out to the extra 3 or 4 subscribers that I got. I appreciate y'all. Y'all the real MVP. Shout out to the people that have viewed my videos. I have noticed a slight increase in my views. Not anything crazy or anything. I'm fairly new to this YouTube community. I only have about 6-7 videos, but I'm learning along the way. I have a whole bunch of content ideas. It's just a point of recording it and putting it out there and trying to figure this whole thing out. But I'm grateful for the people that watch it, like it, dislike it, thumbs up, thumbs down, comment below, even if it's positive or negative. I appreciate them. Probably gonna heart it anyway. If you like what you hear, like, subscribe, check out some of my other videos. Check out Black State of Emergency. Check out Black State of Emergency on my page. I feel it's one of my better videos, but it's got like super low views. So not to get the views up, because I feel like I put out some good information, just something to think about in that video. But I digress. All right, today's topic, I want to talk about Ancestry.com exposing a lot of these women, a lot of these mothers to be thoughts. It's an epidemic going on right now, quiet epidemic. I read an article last week, and it was talking about since Ancestry.com is growing so much and they're receiving so much data and so much DNA that it's starting to link and connect people all around the world. And if you don't know what Ancestry.com is, it's a large DNA database where you send in your DNA, you swab, and I guess it takes like 6 to 8 weeks. And from there, you get your lineage. You can find out where your ancestors are from, or what percent, or maybe you're 10% Polish or 40% Nigerian, or whatever the case may be, and they can track it down to the tribe. It's pretty in detail, okay? What they did was just compile. They took DNA from all over the world and they able to link us all in, because in some form, way, shape, or fashion, we all kind of connected, if that makes any sense, especially here in America. But linking close relatives that have also sent their DNA to the database. So it's like a Facebook for DNA. So a lot of people are sending their information in, and they're starting to find distant cousins, and people are finding long lost brothers or sisters that they maybe sometimes never knew they had. Adults who were adopted as kids are finding their biological mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters. So people are connecting with their family that would have never been possible 5 years ago, especially with how the way the algorithms connect and the database and how extensive and large it is. And this thing is growing and growing. But with all the good, you gotta take the bad. you gotta take some of the bad to good. And the flip side of this is a lot of people are sending their DNA in, thinking that they're gonna find a little bit more about their heritage and maybe connect with some long lost cousins maybe. But they get their results back and they start looking at their family tree and it's not matching up to what they've been told all their life. And now all of a sudden, the father that may have been raising the daughter all her life is not even her father. And on the other side, you have some unknowingly man now finding out that he has a long lost daughter that's now 22 years old that he never even knew about. So with all these questions that need to be answered, the center of questioning is always going to be the mother, the woman, because she has the womb. There's this old saying that goes, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. So questions need to be answered. This happens every day. As the more and more popular this thing become, people and homes are being broken, lives are being devastated. Imagine taking care of kids that are not yours. Scenario is becoming more and more common every day. We are seeing this more and more, and it's starting to happen to people around us. So I was sitting at work talking to some of my coworkers about this subject, just like I'm talking to you guys right now. We were all discussing it. And one of my coworkers looks over at us and he was like, "Hey, that happened to me." And like the whole room get quiet. Everybody kind of looking over at him like, "For real?" He was like, "Yeah." We were like, "When?" He was like, "Last year." Last year, he said he wanted to find out his heritage because he had heard that he was from England somewhere or like Europe, and he wanted to see if he had any relatives over there. So he sent off his DNA swab, came back later, and he started seeing the relative matches. And he started looking at the names. He didn't recognize any of the names, so he started comparing it to his family. She was like, "Man, what's going on?" So one of the matches was his biological grandmother, and he was like, "Ain't no way. I don't even know who this is. I don't even recognize his name." So he thought Ancestry.com was like bogus. So he started doing a lot of research onto like how they found out how accurate it is, and through his research, he found out that it was pretty much accurate. Like I heard they can narrow it down to like your fourth or fifth cousin. So that DNA stuff is real. And once he figured out it was real, he made contact with that lady and he started talking to him, come to find out that they all live in a city that's like right outside of his city back at home. So he started talking, asked if you know this person. Come to find out, his real father was not his real father. Like the father that raised him, his father and his mother was married 30 some years, and his father actually died like 3 or 4 years ago. Come to find out, that wasn't his real dad, and his biological dad was still alive, and he lived like 15 minutes, 20 minutes outside of his home city. So here he is, a 35, 30, I think he was 35 or 37-year-old man, thinking that his father passed, just trying to find out his heritage. Come to find out, that's not his real father. He still looks at, stepfather or however you want to call it as his real father. And he actually told us that his real father, biological father, and his grandmother are going to come down later this month. So they all supposed to meet for the first time. So that's crazy, man. We were all just like quiet in the room like, man, I'm sorry to hear that. So come to find out, he has a biological sister and he has a brother from intermediate family that his father whatnot. So he told his brother about it. So we all just kind of like waiting. Nobody didn't say anything. Like, so like, did you talk to your mother? I finally asked him, like, did you talk to your mother? And he was like, yeah, but I didn't let her know. I didn't tell her. He was like, she's kind of a fragile woman. So, but he said he did ask her about it and kind of like beat around the bush a little bit. Of course, she didn't say anything. His father and his mother were married 30 years or whatever the case may be. So, man, that's crazy. That man went to his grave thinking that that was his son. Like, just imagine that, man. That's just, that's crazy. And it made me think that a lot of these men are taking care of kids that are not theirs. Taking care of kids that's not theirs. A lot of these men are paying child support for kids that are not theirs. Being emotionally involved with kids that's not theirs. All because the woman can't be transparent. All right? And this is what happens. A lot of women out here are having sex with multiple partners. Maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3, maybe it's 4, 5, protected, unprotected, or whatever the case may be. They end up pregnant. Once they find out they're pregnant and the father is in question, then they almost pick a father, so to speak, because many times these women have men in their life fulfilling different needs, different roles in their life. She may have a guy that she's sexually attracted to. She may have a guy that has their bad boy edge, maybe a thug type. She may have a guy in her life that's more financially stable, more balanced, someone she can see herself with, someone that has potential. She may have a guy in her life that can make her laugh, someone she can let her hair down with. She may have a guy in her life that she can confide with, more of a friend, someone that she can have deep, meaningful conversations with someone that can listen. I mean, a myriad and range of guys, and she may or may not be having sex with each of these guys. Just depends. Maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. So a lot of these women just pick the man who they want to be the father based on their own needs at the time. And women are so emotionally and driven so much by emotions that their reason and logic is clouded. A lot of times they will twist it so much in their head and somehow delete, reinsert, and change up timelines, and somehow they will rationalize that the man they want to be the father of their child is the father of their child, okay? And you think it's kind of crazy or Maury? A lot of times those women come out there, I'm 110%, I know I didn't sleep with anybody else. Like, the way they said, a lot of times they really be believing it. That's a perfect example, actually. Go look at Maury, okay? And of course they know they lying, but their truth is tucked away and hidden and covered up and threw in a closet and hid under the floorboard in their mind. So that's how whoever they want to be the father, that's how they rationalize. That's why they can be so confident, even though they know in the back of their mind that it may be multiple dudes. And sometimes they go back 2 times, 3 times. Why? Because that's in a woman's nature, and a woman's nature is to survive. So she always gonna put herself in the best predicaments to survive. Just to know that there's women out there that can live with the fact that their child may not know who their real father is, and they can live with the guilt of this man possibly taking care of a kid that's not his, not giving the opportunity to the biological father to actually raise and take care of his kid. I'm not saying all women do this, but a lot of men out there then went in their grave, or a lot of women are going in the grave on their deathbed, knowing in the back of their mind their kids don't know who their father is. Crazy insane, man. So I don't want to make this video too long. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, thumbs down. Subscribe to the channel. Comment below if you guys have similar stories, or you guys hearing about this Ancestry.com, because I believe it's about to start exposing a lot of these mothers and thoughts. Comment below, subscribe to the channel, like, thumbs up. Bama's very own, out.